Hi everybody, my name is Christine. I am with Re-Imagineered with Christine, and I know Josie just finished and she gave you all permission to use the restroom and get a snack. So I'll just talk here for a hot minute. I am located in Washington, in Stanwood, and today we're just gonna have a lot of fun with doing different ornament crafts. And give me a second here, I want to see myself pop on here because I want to be able to read your comments. There we go. It's gotten to the point where I need a phone here, I need a phone here, because looking at my laptop over here doesn't help me read your comments. Of course, no one's commenting yet because Josie gave you a minute to get yourself together. Let me see if I can find myself on the website here. I'm going to be doing a couple of different things. I'm going to be a little squirrel today, and we're going to do There I Am. So let's just get that going. Hopefully I have muted everything so we're perfect. Where to begin? So last night was sitting on the couch looking at videos, trying to decide to do. There's so many cool things to do, and I'm just kind of like, you know, there's too much. There's an overload, and you're not really sure what to do. So I decided to do a couple of different things. And first we're going to start off with, I'm sure that, hey, Debbie, everyone has seen, you know, the clear plastic ornaments everywhere. Everywhere. Come on. If you don't have a container or two in your house, your craft room, whatever, I need to come over and talk to you because you're behind the curve. Paint pouring, you know, that's been really popular, and I thought, oh, let's try that. So I watched a couple of videos, and I actually did one this morning really quick, and I just wanted to show you what I did. So I took candied apple. Oh, and by the way, are you jealous of my Paint Pixie stash? That's right, folks. Hold on. Look at that stash. Don't you wish you had my craft room? So anyway, I took the candy apple, oh, it's right here, and Meltdown. Hey, Melinda and Beverly, nice to see you all. You know, the acrylic pours, they want you to use pour paint, but it's just paint that's really watered down. Is that the better word for it? You know, have more movement. So what I did was I took this cup that's supposed to be for resin, and I just put the candied apple in it, and I just kept pouring the Meltdown in it and stirring until I got to a consistency that I liked. And I took the top off of one of those ornaments and poured it inside and swished it around. And isn't that really cool? Okay, so let's just show you what I did. I don't think you need to see me pour it, but again, I just did it so I had a really loose consistency. And I just poured her in. Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, Christine, you didn't do that this morning. If nothing else, I am good for the entertainment value, because if something's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong with me, and you're going to realize, you know what, it just happens. It is what it is. All right, so let's put this in here. I'm just going to pour as much in as I can, and we're just going to start swirling around. And as you can, hopefully you can see this, it's swirling really well. And here's where I got really crazy. I'm lazy? I don't know. And that way I can stop, I can look, I can see, oh, there's a spot right there. Let's get that spot right there. And I did, when I spilled over. So let's just wipe off the extra goo. So as you can see, I have got every spot. There we go. And I have red fingers now. Call me the red finger girl. All right, so what I'm just going to do is, you know, we all have these. We bought them for craft purposes. I know you've got some in your house, just like I know that you have these plastic ornament blanks. And I'm just going to put it in here, and we're just going to let it drain. And it does take a little while. So, because I want it to go in this little jar so I can try to fish it out. I was born broke, I don't know, crafty, frugal, Scrooge McDuck, I don't know which one it is. I am going to is the girl ingenious or what? So it'll pour out down here and I'll just pour it back into something else. So we're gonna let that sit right there. I'm just gonna put my wet rags back over the paint that I just used. So again, I just used a Paint Pixie paint. I just kept putting in a sealer. Meltdown's the only one that I have in a bottle. My force field's in a can. So I just kept adding it and stirring it until I got to the consistency that I thought would be a good pouring consistency. And since I have this up, yeah, don't waste the good stuff. Thank you for pinning my affiliate link. Hey, Lindy. And it's not crafting if you're not making a mess. You right, girl. You so right. All right. So this is the one that I did this morning. I had it in a jar like that, but I still have I put it in here because I needed to move things around. And it only dribbled a little bit more, and I don't mind losing that. So here I've got, it's still going to take a little time to dry. I don't keep my house very warm. I don't like heat. So it'll take a little bit longer to dry with me. But meanwhile, I'm also a retailer for Prima. Not only do I get to support Josie and her wonderful products, I am also a Redesigning Prima retailer. So I had these pieces from one of their holiday transfer set, and we're just going to put the little bluebird on there. Sit. It's just like stay. There we go. When the other one, when it gets done dripping out, I'll probably put the red bird on there. All right, so we're just gonna put that on there. Curved images can be your friend or foe when it comes to transfers. If you watched me on the live, was it last month? I believe it was last month, when my friend was visiting and we did the rolling pins. We cut little scores into the transfer paper so we could get around the corners and everything. This is going to have some crinkles in it. I don't care. It's still going to be cute. So let's see if I can get this off. I noticed, I think it was when Lindy was on, someone was asking her about her business name. Maybe you realize you probably don't. I recently shortened my business name. Re-Imagineered comes from the fact that I grew up in Southern California, and I absolutely loved Disneyland. The Imagineers, which is the group that Disney has that thinks of all those cool things, the rides, the theming, everything. And I just have a huge love of them. They can just make normal things look absolutely awesome. And so, they imagine great things. And here I am reimagining great things with used products, furniture, things I buy from the thrift store and stuff like that. So that's where Re-Imagineered came from. So there we go. That looks really cute. But you know what? Do we really just want to stick the plain old back there? No, we don't. So we're going to get out our, I have a bigger one behind me, but this one's just sitting here. We're going to get out our 24 karat. And is anybody, oh, really funny, no comments on here. Oh, okay, I grew up in Long Beach, Norwalk, and then lived for a while in the Orange County. So how cool. All right, let's get out our little brush. What brush do I want to use? I want a thinner one. Let's use this one. One of my favorites. All right. And we're just going to make the lid gold. You may ask how a Southern California came up to Washington. No, I was not one of those people that, you know, owned a home and sold it for goo gobs of money and then moved up here and bought another home. No, we just were following my ex-husband around, and his job brought him here, and we just kind of stayed. So I am just going to put the 24 karat on the lid here. Obviously, I took the hook out. I'm not going to paint it gold. That would be, I think that would be a waste of time, because you have to put it back in and the tree would hit it, and I don't know. I don't think it would stay very well. I could be totally wrong. This is obviously going to take more than one coat. I probably should have put a primer on it first, but you know, hope springs eternal. Actually, it's not too bad on the sides as the top, so I probably should have put a primer on it, but that's okay. I'm tenacious. I will come back afterwards and finish that. So that's some goodness that you can have with those plastic ornaments. Now we're going to have some more fun with them. On my surfing the internet last night, I saw another creative, and you probably all know who they are because we all watch each other, where they took the ornament, took the top off like I did, and they scratched it first with sandpaper to get the slickness off, which I thought was a great idea. You know how long it would take you to put a primer and everything on this, let it dry, and then come back and paint it? And I thought, oh, you scuff it up and you're ready to rock and roll. Oh, really, Debbie? Oh, how funny. Yeah, we Californians, well, actually, I'm not even a Californian. I was born in North Carolina. But I love the state, don't get me wrong. You just can't afford to live there. And my partner and I wanted to have a home to retire in, and I didn't feel like living out in the high desert. So we decided to come back here because my kids were still here. Though my bestie is still in Long Beach. I hope you all enjoyed us at the last one. We had an absolute blast. I'm trying to find someone to replace her to be a sidekick for me so I can do lives on my own page. And, you know, just have some good chit chat. I think I have someone coming next week on my page, and we'll be using Paint Pixie paints to do something great then. So, okay, so I just scratched it all up. And what they did was they used paint and salt wash. And I want to use figgy pudding in the worst way. To me, Christmas and purple. Purple is underused in Christmas as far as I'm concerned. Ooh, that was a crash, boom, bang. How are we doing so far? Oh, I can't stand, I don't like heat, Debbie. That's why I couldn't do the high desert. I am not a heat girl. There we go. Have never liked it. Anything over 72 and I'm cranky. And we're just opening here. I had to find this morning too. I was trying to talk to my partner while he was on the road while I was getting ready, and I'm like, okay, I can't find my salt wash. I have to get off the phone. He's like, yeah, you'll do better looking for it if you're not talking to me. Okay. Got my stick. This is the one thing I love about my craft table. Usually everything I need is behind me or on either side in the drawers. IKEA, they came in really handy. See, now I used to, I worked for a construction management company, and we had some public works projects out in Palm Springs. Matter of fact, I have a friend that I used to work with in Seattle. He and his partner moved out to Palm Springs, and they have one of those older homes that they refurbished, and it is absolutely awesome. how we doing? Okay, so hopefully this is enough of stiffness. Okay. God, I really like to use my Yucky. I have a Yucky. Oh, here's my Yucky assistant. This is a fairly new one. This is the well-loved one. Look at that. It's kind of like Ugly Barbie in the Barbie movie. Well-loved, can't get rid of it. Still want to use it. So I'm going to see here if this actually works. We're going to learn this together. And all they did was just kept painting on layers. And it's like, I can do that. I can totally do that. I can paint on layers. Of course, they were smarter. They had the whole... What did they use to put in the... I have chopsticks. That's about the only thing I could use to put in here other than my finger. So we're just going to go with this. Though I just realized that this has to dry. Well, it can stand up. All right. I like the texture, so my thought is I'm going to, with the salt wash having the texture, I would just come back. There we go. And use gold, the 24 karat, as a dry brush on this. Here, I'm going to cheat while I'm doing this. I also want to show you something else that I did with Paint Pixie. I'm trying to multitask and I'm not doing very well. I have the Holly Jolly Holidays mold, which is a holly mold from Re-Design. I poured it with resin. I put it around a paper towel tube, let it dry, and then I painted it with Enchanted Forest and Crimson Tide. So if you're especially crafty and you want to use resins, the Paint Pixie dough would work, but I don't know how it would stand up to having the napkin in it. It might be better than the resin, I don't know. So then I just paint it with the Enchanted Forest and the Crimson Tide, and I absolutely love it. Paint Pixie's metallics are awesome. Oh, snowy in Idaho. Oh, how cool. We had frost for like almost 2 weeks. The frost has finally stopped. So I can finally go out and plant my tulip bulbs. This is the second year in a row where something has come up and I haven't been able to plant my bulbs. This year, I kind of have a good excuse. I caught COVID, and then by the time I finally got over it, the frost came. So it's supposed to be in the 40s at night, so now's the time for me to go plant those puppies. Okay. Arm's getting tired. I'm being lazy. We'll see how many things I get to show you in an hour. I'd like to get this one done because I think it'll be really cool. What's really funny is that phone is getting comments. This phone, oh, there they are. I'm like, why am I not seeing the comments? Here, now I can look there without leaning forward. There we go. Did you notice I changed the paper on the table for you today? It was really nasty looking. Hey, I'm watching myself. That's awesome. Okay. Let's put another coat on. Not quite thoroughly dry, but I'm impatient. Okay, I'm going to paint it right up to the edge. Also, what you could do, I don't have the time today, but maybe I'll do it with the one that, the poured one that I just did. You can also take tape along the bottom of it to kind of like delineate a line, and then paint, you know, the bottom part on the outside. So that way you've got some paint on the inside, paint on the outside to give it really a unique look. So that's a possibility also. Okay, someone's spell checking. Oh, doggy pudding. Debbie, are you having problems with talk to text like I do? I love it when that happens. It cracks me up. All right. Here we go again. All right. Now, after this, don't forget, Josie and Lindy are coming back on to talk about the Christmas craft kit. So you will definitely want to watch that. So make sure you stick around. I guess you could too also pat this on or pounce it on. Maybe I'll do that with the next go around. That way I'm making sure I have good traction for the dry brush. I wanted to do ornaments today because when I was a kid, my mom was very much into crafting, which is why I love crafting so much. And you know, I opened up my booth in a small store in a small town in Washington. It's because I wanted other people to have joy crafting. And you get tired of paying for postage or driving to the big city, so. But she came up with all kinds of weird things. I've probably told you before, the year that she decided we were going to just plain paper package presents. And then we glued and glitter designs on top. It was hilarious. We were glitter-tastic that year. That glitter was everywhere. Oh, December kit, Trixie. Yes. That's a good idea. You know, I know all the small business people say it every year, you know, shop small, do homemade stuff, and there's a reason for it. You know, anybody can go out and get you a coffee mug stuffed with a hot cocoa bomb or anything like that. That took absolutely no thought. I'm sorry. My daytime boss belongs to an organization, and they had a Christmas party, and they had a $20 gift exchange. Now, she bought something like that for her gift, but what was hilarious was one of the members knew me. She actually went into my booth, and you'll love this one, Josie. Her $20 gift was a Paint Pixie mold and the pixie dough. And I'm like, there you go. Someone who's thinking about getting people out of just buying pre-made packaged gifts and giving something that they have a lot of joy with. So with that mold, and my boss has grandkids, she could do all kinds of things with them and that mold and that pixie dough. And I thought that was the best idea ever. So, you know, when you're thinking the holidays, make something. If you have a crafty friend like myself, buy me some kind of, you know, Paint Pixie product. Well, I own all the Paint Pixie products. See you right there. But, you know, buying craft supplies is awesome. Right now, I have a sign on the island. I think today's the last day. And this sign on the island is very popular. You see it when you come into town. And it says something like, we have crafty friends, or no, we have crafty supplies for artsy friends, and we tell them where to go. And I absolutely love that sign. That sign just made me so happy because it's true. You know, I've seen people that said, oh, I don't know anybody that crafts. Really? Are your friends and family alive? You're telling me that there's not a single woman or man in your inner circle that doesn't do some kind of crafting? Really? Really? I have a hard time believing that. I think we're all crafty in one way or another. What are you guys talking about? Oh, a gingerbread house. Okay. I keep looking over there because I feel bad when I look down. I need to have a studio. I need one of those big teleprompters that tells me what y'all are talking about. I am not going to say this is 1,000% dry, but I think it's good enough for my purpose. Let's just give it a little second here. Yeah, right, Christine? Yes, yes, yes. You know exactly what I mean. And I heard that almost every week. I don't know anybody that crafts. None of my friends craft. What is hilarious is one of those people actually went to a lot of paint and sips, and her husband paints figures for like D&D games. That's crafty. You know someone, you know people that are crafty. All right. Now, as soon as I get done with this, I want to show you that pixie dough can be used, and I think you all know this, in molds. I have poured a lot of resin for different things that I've been doing, but I did make some of the ornaments. Re-Imagineered. Redesign came out with a mold called Wonder Gems, and it's ornaments. And I did pour some of them in resin, but I made some of them in pixie dough this morning because I wanted to show you those. Okay, that's just a little wet, but I think I'm going to attempt it. We'll see what happens. I may fall flat on my face. But hey, I'm Christine with Re-Imagineered, and I show you how everything can go wrong, and then you can still pull it off. So, not too worried about that. Okay, there is my 24 karat. It's probably wasteful, but I always put my paint that I'm dry brushing with, usually on a paper towel, so that way I can wipe off the excess on the paper towel. I don't know, just me. And this is very subtle, and actually I kind of like that. Sometimes you just don't want things too much in your face. Also, sometimes too, when I've wiped off the paint, I go back and try to pick it back up with my brush. Oh, and this one is Star. This is my favorite set. My boss asked me to put together a set for her daughter for Christmas. And I put the whole package, the whole kit in that set because I think it's like a must for starting out. Oh, thank you, Christine. I'm supposed to be getting a haircut here pretty soon. I don't know when. Monday, I think. I just don't know what time. Okay, here we go. Can I tell you I have this... Christine, I need you to come and do this live with me. It's hard just listening to myself breathe and the house be quiet without having someone here to talk to. It's hard to talk to a camera. I don't know how people do it. Okay. And let's move you down. Here, I'm going to put this, well, no, I'm not going to put it on. But here is what I've done. So this is just the figgy pudding with salt wash, so it has texture. And I dry brush the 24 karat on it. I will put some primer on it when I do the top for that one. So I will have those two done. Let's see. Well, I miss you too, sweetie. Okay, so let's talk about, get my finger out. How am I doing on time? Oh, 12:30, okay. I'm a rocking and a rolling. Where's my mold? So this is the mold that I have in my booth. Well, I had in my booth, it's sold out. So this was the Redesign Wonder Gems. So I just went ahead and did the littler ones. And they came out really cool. I want to get that close enough so you can see the detail. It's a great mold. This one's really cute too. And then lastly, itchy nose. This one has Santa on it. Can you see him? Isn't that awesome? So I'll just show you what I did to, because these, I don't know if you can see that. It has the little hole for the hook. I'm sure you all know how to use pixie dough, but I just want to show you really quick what I did to make sure I got the hole in that hook. I'm trying to make sure I do my brushes. The other day I came in, I did a bunch of work. I think I was sitting here at the table 6 to 7 hours, and I just got up and, you know, took my bowls to go wash out and went and watched TV. The next day I came in and I realized that I left all my brushes in my water thing. And I'm like, oh my God, which was not good. What am I looking for? So I'm trying today to be much better about rinsing them out. Cornstarch and the little Frenchie. Put you aside for a hot second. No, I guess I can put the lid on. I'm not going to do the other one. Oh. Pixie dough is hiding underneath paper towel. This is very true, Melinda, very true. But here's, well, it is better that they are water, but here's the problem. If you leave the turquoise Irish brushes in the water too long, it can start to release the blue paint, and that did that on one of my brushes. So that's where I was kind of sad about, was, you know, now the paint is peeling off of it. The brush is still fine, but the paint kind of peeled off, and that's because it was probably more than 24 hours that I was in the water. Thank you, Karen. I try to explain. I'm not always really good. Sometimes English is the only language I know. Sometimes I barely know it. So I put the cornstarch in. And I know Josie is always telling me, don't manhandle it, don't manhandle it. But I'm going to manhandle it. Because what I'm going to try to do is get that little hole filled. And I'm just going to work it in. And the reason why I'm manhandling it, it's because I want to get it in there. This curved scissor is one of my favorites. Yes, I know it's some kind of facial scissor. I don't remember what kind, but the one I can cut off excess. Number 2, I used it to just put it together. And I came in and I just rooted around to where the little raised portion was. So that way I will get the hole for the hook. All right, let's turn this one around and go on this one. I don't press super hard on those really deep molds that you have. Yeah, the only reason why I'm pressing this one is because I wanted to go up to that little point, and I wanted to make sure that I was able to get that hole that I wanted. I don't have a light touch. Ask Christine. She'll come on here and tell you I'm not a light touch girl. Okay, and we're just going to work you back up there. We're going to work you to the side a little bit. Get the indentation. Okay, then once again, I'm going to come up here to where I know the raised portion is. So there you go. I've got them both, and you can see I'm actually going to be able to use the hook. I could just go ahead and cover it and come back and try to cut out a hole with the scissors and the pixie dough, but I really don't want to do that. Okay. And here comes the Santa one. I think I need a little bit more for Santa. Okay. I chew much of it. Santa has some raised parts in him also. As you saw with this, there is a little bit of an open air or an open spot because it's supposed to be a wreath around his head. So that's another spot where I kind of went back and I worked it to make sure that those areas were showing. And the reason why I know to work it is because when I poured the resin cast, I was not thinking on one of my resin molds, and I poured over that, and the openings that makes you realize it's a wreath around his head were not there because I over poured. Go up to our little where are we at? There we are. Make sure we have it around the edge. Okay, so there you go. I have left the spots that need to be there for the opening around Santa's head and for the hole. Let's go ahead and take the ones that I painted. Well, let me show you the other ones. Ooh, sun's coming out. Oh. Okay. I also took the star and the tree mold. I know there's a name for it. I can't think of it. I'm sorry. I'm getting old. I'm really getting bad about remembering things. Ow. Hi, baby. Hold on. Come here. Say hi to everybody. Everybody, this is Boo Boo. And he just gave me the tap of pay attention to me. But sorry, babe. Go on, sweetie. Either that or he's telling me it's snack time. So I did cast the pixie dough in that mold in the star, which is really great. And then I also did, this one was called Frost Spark. Now, when I did the Frost Spark, which is also supposed to be an ornament, when I did the little snowflakes, you can see where the powder is. I did not do the hook areas for those. I thought if you did, you know, like the snowflakes, ow, you could take like a popsicle stick and maybe you could put the, you know, the star on the top and then do your little snowflakes going down it. That way you'd have a long hanging ornament. I thought that would be really good. That would be great with kids. You could have them do the pixie dough, help them glue them onto the stick. Honey. And then you could get out the mermaid watercolors and brushes, and they could decorate that. That would really be great. Yes, Beverly, I'm not so sure if he's really, I know, boo-boo kitty, Christine. I'm not sure if he wants attention or if he's trying to tell me it's 12:40, where's my snack? But it's one of those two. So let's do Santa. Should we do him in gold or should we do him in something else? I don't know. You want to see me do Santa in the sterling, or the 24 karat, or maybe the new penny? Chow chow type. That's cute. Anybody have a preference? No preferences? Okay. What have I got here in front of me and in behind me? Sterling. Let's do blue diamond. I don't use blue diamond enough, so let's. Well, he's Santa though. Maybe I'll do him in the crimson. You're thinking 24. I am too, but gosh darn, I've been using a lot of 24 karat. Yeah, let's use 24 karat. Okay. I'll probably do the 24 karat, and then what I'll do is I'll wait another day for the pixie dough to dry up, and then I will make a glaze with the Sheer Beauty and the chocolate souffle, which is right there, oh, you can't see it, sorry, our chocolate color, and just use that to antique it. Sorry, you won't see that today. Okay, so let's just give Santa a good old paint job here. Again, if you use the Paint Pixie dough, that is a great, obviously you're not going to let a little child do resin. You know, I'm a senior citizen, and sometimes I'm wondering if I should use resin because I spill it. So Pixie dough was the perfect thing to use with molds to let your kids make ornaments. You know, kids like to make things, so you could get a mold kit. Josie does have the snowman. And what are the other ones that you have, Josie? That would be great to cast and then have the kids decorate them. And then they could give those out for presents. Because, you know, kids want to be active also. And that would be a great idea for them. Oh, Santa, you are looking so handsome, young man. Oops. Come back, Santa. Okay. So as you can see, my theme today is Paint Pixie has got just about everything you need to make Christmas merry and bright and get your craft on. Because, you know, crafting, you know, releases, to me, it releases those serotonins that make me happy. So, you know, we want that. Okay. Oh, I missed a spot. Well, what am I saying? When I antique it, that'll get it, but okay. And there's Santa. Isn't he absolutely beautiful? That 24 karat just really made him pop. Oh, the Nutcracker. Melinda, how did you know I had that? Now, are you talking about the big nutcrackers like I painted for my job, or are you talking about the Nutcracker mold? Because I do have that. Oh, Josie has a Nutcracker. Oh, you have. Oh, that's right. You do have a Nutcracker. I have a Nutcracker too, which is why I was thinking that, because I painted last year. I worked for a company, and you probably maybe you saw the pictures of my stuff on the Paint Pixie page, because I did a great sleigh, and I did some nutcrackers just using the liquid pixie dust. And this year, I left that company. I'm with another company, and that just opened up. So once again, I got to paint nutcrackers, and I had a lot of fun. I bought the little nutcracker sets, and I did one in every Paint Pixie except for White Sands. I used all the Paint Pixie liquid dust metallics for those. So it was a lot of fun. What do I slay? I slay food. Food is the only thing I slay. All right, so let's see. Let's do another one. I'm wondering. I really want to use this purple, but I'm wondering if I can get it on here. Because I think that this purple on here would look great with gold highlighting. So I'm just trying to use the more looser ends of my salt wash figgy pudding combo. Then also I've got something sitting over here in the corner that I want to show you that I painted with the Paint Pixie liquid pixie dust. And I'm going to toot my own horn, and I think it's absolutely marvelous. So I want to show it to you all. It took too long for me to make it to be able to do it on a live. I think it was someone on here gave the hint about using painter's tape to hold on to your little things while you paint them, but I think it's a great idea. Have I done it yet? No. Am I nuts? Yep. Okay, I'm going to brush this back a little bit, just so a little bit of the white shows through, which will be great when I come back and paint it with the 24 karat. This one's going to be hard to see. I'm really sorry, but we'll take pictures and they'll post them. That's the figgy pudding with the salt wash in it, and I will come back and highlight that with the 24 karat. And I'm getting messy here, and we got... See, Yolanda, someone did that, and I still haven't done it yet. I don't know why. I keep talking about it, saying it's a great idea, and then when time comes... I mean, I've got painter's tape right in front of me. Do you think I used it? No. Yes, I love painter's tape. Okay. So, I wanted to show you the little snowflakes. They have absolutely great color to them, and I am going to, well, you know what, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to show you the project that I've been working on, and I'll show you what I did. Somewhere in scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, somewhere, I saw someone who had made a wreath using snowflake molds. I poured all of these, and it took some time, but I think it is well worth it because I absolutely love what I have. So on the snowflakes, what I did was I used a combination of white sand and French Macron. I wanted to say something else, and I knew that wasn't right. So I painted the base with white sand French Macron. Then I came back and I dried brush with the sterling. And then the little dots that you see are the blue diamond. And the bottom that I painted is, again, it was the combination of white sand. The actual board is the white sand with the French Macron. And I made this with my boss in mind because she is all about classic and sophisticated and things like that. And instead of just doing, you know, the bright colors and things like that, I wanted to try this. Needless to say, she wants to purchase it for me. And of course, I'm going to do that. But you're going to see there's a little hole there. That's because my beloved pets, my cats, are in cahoots with my dogs. And I couldn't figure out why I kept coming up short because I knew I poured enough. It's because the cats were knocking them off the table and then the dogs were finding them and chewing on them because I found a painted one in my bed with my dogs. they hadn't started chewing on it yet. So I'm going to show you what I did on both the resin one and the Paint Pixie one. So let me get a little jar out here. And Josi's the one that turned, I got 10 minutes, I can do it. Josi's the one that turned me on to this because she did a live, that I watched, where she talked about you can mix white sand with anything and make a metallic paint. And she's not kidding, you can. And I really love French Macron. It's one of those colors that I love. I love it. I love the Mojito. You know, there's just certain colors I love, and the Violet Lemonade. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to mix that together because I think that would make, to me, a great blue snowflake color. Yes, you and your embroidery floss. Christine would do embroidery while I went to work while she was here, and she accidentally left it on the couch one night, and my youngest dog found it. And I wake up in the morning and there's like blobs of embroidery floss everywhere. Thank God no one ate it. They played with it, but they did not eat it. You know, that's, you know, we were very happy about that, but it freaked us out for a hot second. So I have a lot of the white sands, and I just put a little dab will do you. Put the lot of white sands, just a dab of the French Macron. And it makes this absolutely beautiful color. You know, if you do nothing else but buy white sands and then mix it with all the other 30 Paint Pixie colors, you will be very happy with yourself, and it will be well worth your time and money because she has great colors. And like she said, the white sands can turn anything into a metallic. So here we go. I'm working on the Paint Pixie one, Pixie Dough one first. I'm sorry, I get stuck on one word and I just can't let go of it. I think I'll be a babbling idiot by the time I get older. I won't be able to talk at all. Yep. Well, that's who I got it from, Josie. I got it from you. You said it on one of your lives, and it was like one of those moments, you know. So here it is on the Pixie Dough. I don't want to stick my fingers in it. Okay. So let's do it on this one last piece that I need to do for this wreath. My boss asked for a bow. I'm not a bow person. I really wish Christine was here because she would probably know the exact bow to put on it and be able to paint, tie it. I am not a bow person, so I told my boss, you're gonna have to give me an example of what you want because I don't know. Okay. And here it is on the resin piece. Isn't that great? Hey, guys, be nice. I've got a cat fight going on in the living room, I guess. I guess it is snack time. Everybody's getting really rowdy. Okay, let's see here. Okay. We're going to dry this one, the resin one, so I can do the dry brush with the sterling. How much time have I got left? Whew, 6 minutes. I can do it. So what did we learn today? You can make liquid pixie dust out of using white sand in any of the 30 colors. You can do a pour with your Paint Pixie Magical Chalk Paint. Just keep adding either force field or meltdown. I'm sorry, guys. Keep adding it until you have a really nice flowing consistency on your paint. go ahead and paint it inside, you know, that cheap plastic ornament, do-it-yourself ornament, whirl it around, let it sit, and voila. You can also take that ornament, put tape around the bottom, paint that a different color so you have two colors going on there. You could probably use the salt wash and give it a nice texture, and that would be really cool. You can use pixie dough in any mold. Doesn't matter if it's intricate or not. Just, you know, if it has like a hole in it like mine did, just move the pixie dough around your mold to where it needs to be, and that works perfectly. Need a paper towel I can dry with. What else have we learned? We have learned that Enchanted Forest and Crimson Tide looks really good on a holly mold. Okay, so let's get Sterling out. My little buddy Sterling. Okay. I didn't really pay too much attention to the sides of these because I didn't really think it was that important. I know people put their hands behind things so you can see it. Hopefully you can see that. And that's just a quick dry brush with the Sterling. And then we're going to take out my little friend. Where's my little friend? Blue Diamond. My Paint Pixie drawer here. And we're going to use the Tipsy. See, this is what happened when I left it in the water. Oh, I was so upset. And I honestly think it was probably more than 2 days that it was, and it was, you know, a full thing of water. So it was kind of like, I can't believe I did that. Okay, we're just going to... I rolled it around so the paint would get on it and close. Oop, and now it opened back up. I want it to be tight. And we're going to get that little dot right in the middle. And that's all I did with this one was just, that is all I did, right? Yes, all I did was the little dot in the middle. And there you go, and I will glue that on there, and that will be absolutely done. The wood wreath that I used is just Hobby Lobby. I think I got at the end of one of their seasons. You know, it had the little boards with the lines running down it, so I just made sure I got my paint in there because I didn't want it to show through. You know, I got it on a discount. It was probably like a whole $1.50. You know, and that one missing piece that I just painted will go right there. And let's rinse you off. Ooh, I got 2 minutes. Let's just see if I can really quickly fake the dry brush on this probably still wet figgy putty ornament. Ooh, I'm loving it already. So the big thing is, you know, possibilities are endless. Pixie dough and the watercolor set and the brushes for your kids. They could have hours of fun, make ornaments, give them as presents. You can, apparently it's a thing right now. I gotta talk really quick. Apparently getting kids a really tiny little tree is a thing right now. I keep seeing posts about, yeah, let your kids make their own ornament and get them a really small fake tree. So there you go. It's not focusing. There we go. So anyway, get crafty, release the serotonin, have a great time, do something with your kids, make memories, bond. Those memories and moments are great. We got 1 minute left. Thank you everybody for watching, and everybody rush to the restroom, get your drink, come back and watch Josie and Lindy with the kit reveal. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.